Hello, and welcome back to another episode two of Baby Daddies. Obviously, we've just been told something mad, but that's all right. We'll push on from that from Tuesday. We'll have more updates on that, but we won't go into that. But yeah, today we're gonna be discussing what our main topic is gonna be, basically from birth up to the first year, man. Like, do you remember the birth up to the first year? Lorie, maybe. Obviously, me and we kind of over. Lorie, do you remember? I'll start with you. Do you remember the birth up to the first year of, say, your? We'll go with your oldest right now.
Yeah, I do. Funny enough, I do actually remember it because with the twins, can everyone hear me all right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the twins, basically, because their mum, nice one, Christian,
Nice
one, Damien. Yeah, because their mum, the twins' mum, basically. Oh, before we carry on, I have to say, I got in big trouble for this, but I forgot to mention that I've also got a stepdaughter who's 19, Trey's older sister. I got a lot of stick from the feedback from last week for not mentioning her. So my hands are full. I've got one. I'm one short of a
you are full-handed, bro.
Yeah, one short of a five-a-side team. Anyway,
Trust.
right, going back to the twin story. So with it, the fact that it was going to be a cesarean,
Yourself.
we got Gio. Yeah, the fact that it was going to be a cesarean, it was a case of we had to choose a date that they were actually going to be born, delivered. So it was either going to be the 31st of August or the 2nd of September. Now, because I knew automatically the 31st of August was my cousin's birthday, I was like, nah, it ain't going to happen then. Let's do it on the 2nd of September. What I forgot was the 2nd of September is my older brother's birthday.
You're taking a shine away from somebody.
And I forgot it's my cousin's birthday as well. So either way, I was screwed.
But so when were they born then? 31st or the 2nd?
No, they were on the 2nd of December. So
okay.
I just remember I was working at the time, so I'd finished my last shift before I went on to paternity, because obviously I'm one of the earlier parents in the sense of when paternity actually started for us, because I'm pretty sure you lot are both aware that well, I'm not sure if you are aware, but nearly 20 odd years ago, paternity wasn't something that was granted to the dads. So mums got their 9 months to a year.
Yeah, I remember being in school and that being quite a new thing for like teachers. Like, I remember it being quite a new thing.
But yeah, as a father, you literally had to book time off, or you got the actual birth of your child. I remember you used to get the birth off, and then like they wanted you back in work ASAP, so you didn't get this whole 2 week thing. It was a lot different back then. But yeah, so I'd finished my shift, said goodbye to all my colleagues at the time because I wasn't going to see them for a few weeks, and then went down to their house, and it was a scary feeling. It was very scary for me because not only was I alone, because she lived in Kent and my family was in London, so I was alone in the sense that when you're becoming a parent for the first time, you want some of your family around.
Yeah, you want like a mom. You want your mom or someone there behind you just to give you that support, and like your own
mom
support.
or dad or a sibling. But I was just literally up there alone. So like I was excited, but at the same time I was nervous as hell, and I did feel a bit alone because I didn't know what to expect, what to anticipate. I just kept thinking about what's gonna happen tomorrow, nervous as hell. And then couldn't really sleep that night, just back and forth like a yo-yo. Next morning, went to the hospital, and then I kind of touched on the story last week, but we was just sitting in the waiting room till they got a room for her. Then they got a room for her, so it was me, her, and her mum. I was just like, I wish someone could have been here with me. I really do.
Yeah, no.
Because
it's
my
not only
because it's my first two children, but just so you got that reassurance and that comfort that because when you become a father, you don't know like anything that you've been told, any advice, any lessons, anything that anyone
we
told.
don't really get told. Like, we probably do nowadays, but we don't like back in the day. I don't know, but obviously you would know more. But maybe we didn't like as men. We don't really get told as much as the woman, as the woman, if that makes sense, as the mum itself. Like,
yeah, I was just gonna say everything just gets thrown out of the window, and it's just you're learning on the spot. You're just any books, any manuals, anything anyone tells you, ignore all of that and just go
ignore
with
all of it. Trust me, bro. Like,
you gotta go with what you think is best.
so do you remember the day of the actual birth? Like, do you remember after, like, obviously when your two twins were born?
Yeah, I was just building up to that. So they eventually had given us a time that they was going to do the cesarean. So I can't remember exactly the time, but once she'd been given all her jabs and whatnot, been given her medications and been brought to the room where they was going to do the delivery, they decided to put the radio on. The tune that was on, I will never ever forget, and I can never ever look at that tune in the same light again. And both of them were delivered to Nookie. So could you imagine? That's the tune they were delivered to.
That's actually
so you can imagine. I could look back at it and laugh now, but I was just like, when I was in the delivery room with them, because I had to. You don't see what's going on. That's one thing with cesareans. They don't show you the surgery because obviously they're cutting in to their stomach to take them out. So
Are you allowed in the room?
It's got to be up the top side with the mother. So
and is it like there's a curtain or something? Yeah.
I was trying to comfort her. I was excited. I was nervous. I was going through so many emotions. But Nookie being on just did not help the cause at all. That song just
you're like, shut up.
Oh man, please turn it off. So that song definitely didn't help. But yeah, once they were delivered, I was just overjoyed. Just two little miracles. I'd already known that it was going to be girls that we were having, so I was excited about that. Their names, the only thing with their names, I would have had the names the other way around, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it was a very exciting time. Now, fast forward to 6 years later, when Trey was born.
Another one.
I would have thought I would have learnt my lesson from the last time.
Another one.
Like what we were sort of.
I don't know, maybe you can back it up. People say, like I know there's people out there that sometimes they'll be like, nah, it's all right. I knew what to do this time. But then there's other dads out there be like, bruv, remember what you learned? Make sure it's not too long because what you learned, it just goes out the window again.
No, second time round.
Come on, I forgot to change a nappy out of my time. But yeah,
time round, that
right? Like, I don't know.
So the second time round, slightly different story in the sense that little man was he was later than he was supposed to be. He was due like a week before, but he decided, no, I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah.
But Mumsy was just having enough. Like she had enough. She was fed up because we was in a strong and stable relationship. It was a lot different. I felt more reassured, and I knew to be the cool, calm, and collective one, even though it was tiring because we literally was in the hospital for maybe 2 days straight before they said, you know what, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it now because he just was so stubborn. He's still stubborn now, bless him, but he was so stubborn. He didn't want to go nowhere.
From birth, innit? He'd be like, nah, this baby's gonna come. You stubborn now, like, yeah.
No, he was in his comfort zone. He had everything he needed, and he's like, why am I coming out of here? I don't need to do
chilling,
that.
Bro. Like, why are you bringing me out right now, man? Getting fed, man. It's warm.
That's what I'm saying. He had it perfect. But So we was just waiting. They said we're gonna do it. This time, scenario wise, again, it was her mum, myself. But as I said, I felt a lot more comforted. I was a lot more prepared for it. We had everything there, and then they brought us to the delivery room. Again, it was the same procedure in the sense. One moment, guys. So
Are you getting in trouble again?
I think you might be. I don't know. I might be getting in trouble.
He's getting in trouble again, boy. Lorie spreading out the story, and he's getting in trouble, boy. Let's pray for Lorie, man.
Is he getting in trouble?
No. So just back to the story. So yeah, so brought him, went to yeah, they got me my gown and everything to go to the room for the cesarean. And I just literally froze because I was like, am I supposed to be going with them? Am I supposed to be staying here? So
yeah.
It was this time around. I would say, yeah, with him, I was more nervous. I was very, very nervous. Same scenario again in terms of the cesarean. Everything went well, and then once he was here, it was just overjoyed. So the build up is different to when you hear the first scream, the first cry both times round. It just took my breath away, and I broke down. I cried. I'm not afraid to admit that I cried. It's just that sense of joy that it's all over in the sense of.
And do you know what it is? Yeah, like I think most men will cry. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie, man. I cried a little bit. I was like, oh my god, is that me? Like, is this real now? Like, oh, look how like you just look at them, like, look how perfect they are, like perfect little dolls, man. Like, but yeah. What about you, Vigana? Do you remember the day of the? You must remember the day of birth. It's not too long ago.
No, the thing is that it was only what 2019, but bro, it was just mad blurry, man. Like, I literally just remember coming home and she was like, "Oh, I think she's coming," and I was like, "All right, cool." Then just chilling, and then probably about 10, 11 o'clock at night, she started to have like the contractions were getting worse, innit? But I was struggling to stay awake, where so her mum came round and was sitting with her because, trust me, I was just falling asleep. Like I went and slept in the spare room for a bit. I mean, yeah, I just remember going to the hospital. And then when we got to the hospital, like I can't remember how many centimeters dilated and that she was, but she was dilated and that. And then they were setting up because it was going to be a water birth in it, and they were setting up the whatever it is, the little pool thing, and then like the holes just blew up in it. The hole, like they were filling it up, and then the thing just exploded, started going everywhere in it. So yeah, couldn't have a water birth, but like it just happened so quickly, man. But like the only thing I remember was just the blood. I just remember just saying, "Is this amount of blood normal?" And they were like, "It's not even that much." I was like, "What do you mean it's not that much?" Like,
what?
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? Actually, before that happened,
bro, I've never played that much in my life.
Yeah, trust me. Like before that happened, the midwife came in and she was like, "Oh, so and so is just coming to help in it. Like they're becoming a midwife." But the name, I can't remember the name, but the name was. Let's just say the name was Stacy, but it could have been in terms of it could have been a man or a woman in it. So I'm expecting some woman to come in, and then it's just some guy.
You're saying it's one of them names you're expecting a woman.
Yeah, but it was a guy, and I was like, raw. I was just like, he was mad cool in it, but I was just like, I wasn't expecting that in it. But yeah, it's just like the blood was just the scariest thing, like. And I remember the woman said, like the midwife said, it's not that much blood in it, and I was like, that's a lot of blood, man. Like, she's like, no, it's not that much in it. And then yeah, all I can remember waiting for was just the cry, man. Like that's the first thing you wait for, innit? Like and then because it come quite quickly, everything was all right in it. But I think she had her temperature was a bit low in it, so she had to lay on her mum's body like skin to skin in it just to warm her up. But after that, it was calm, man. Like like she was born. Listen, I can't remember anything. I think she was born at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and by 6 p.m. we were going home, like all in the same day. It was just like mad crazy. And then when we got home, like she fed her, and then she wouldn't go down to sleep in the cot. And I just remember, I was just like, she just came and slept in the bed with us, and I remember just having to bend up my body, like sleeping at the end of the bed, because obviously you don't want to crash low one, innit?
Yeah, bro, you're like, you can't even sleep. You don't even sleep properly. You're like,
yeah, it's mad, but luckily, we knew from starting it, so we got a super king in it.
Like, what would you say worse though, Big Gunner? Because you went to uni as well. Would you say when you go and sleep with all your brethren on a night out, and everyone's got to squeeze into your dorm room, or trying to sleep with your kid in the bed? Which one's worse?
Obviously, the thing is, yeah, I was a bit weird anyway. Like, not weird, but I would always go home on a night out, and like I weren't trying to sleep at no one's house, because you know, guys have that mad banter where they start putting bloody toothpaste in your head and that bare madness. So I would always go home, innit? I can make sure.
I was out of London though. When I had to go check some of my friends out of London, so
yeah,
you didn't have a choice. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, just like whenever she sleeps in the bed, like now she won't sleep in the bed just yet. But I'd imagine that time's coming soon where she's gonna try start coming back into the bed. But yeah, the time she did sleep in the bed, where like I was sleeping way on the other side of the bed and just giving her space, where because she don't want nothing to happen. Where
with me, yeah, I remember that. Like I think with my one, yeah, not I think I know. Like she was, we went to the hospital. She was in a like because she was leaking.
Okay.
But like just a little bit, like we didn't know what it was. Like she didn't know what it was, so we went to the hospital just to get it checked, and it turns out she was in a very, 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 very slow labor. Like her back waters had broke.
Oh, okay.
But not her main waters. Like our little one weren't due till 2 weeks later, basically. So I remember. So obviously they were like, "All right, cool. We'll keep you overnight," and then by I think it was like whatever time they said we're gonna give you a sweep or whatever that they said, and then
that means they tried the baby on it.
Yeah, so we'll give you a sweep. So hopefully that will help with the breaking the waters, the main waters. And I remember, yeah, as soon as when they were putting the epidural in the back. Now I haven't got a fear of needles in it. It just makes me cringe. Like I don't mind getting like if I had to get, but I don't mind it. I just can't look at it because for some reason, when I see a needle and for some reason it all goes back to the movie Hancock. You know the Will Smith movie Hancock.
Yeah.
You know when the needle first goes in his skin. For some reason, from that day, yeah, it's just creeped me out because it just looks so cringy, bruv. Yeah, so I'm like every time I'm like I just get cringed out by it. So when she's getting the epidural in her back, yeah, bro, I was like. Because I saw blood go, it like squirted. I was like, hey, nah. And then we was 15 and a half hours. And then he ended up coming at like 7 and just gone past 20 to 8 in the morning. So as obviously, and you know what, big up the midwives as well, because they were helping until 8 o'clock. They were helping, yeah. But then this dumb midwife, so we've got him out, and obviously, like you said, obviously we're waiting for that first plan. He had a bit of a complicated one because he was a bit lazy, but luckily for us it wasn't tight, but the umbilical cord was trapped around his neck twice. Wrapped around his head, neck, yeah. So, but just luckily it weren't tight because it would have just happened that day. It wouldn't have been there for more. They said it would have only happened in the last few hours. So luckily. Because if it was there for a day or two, it could have got tighter. But because obviously there was a complaint where everyone's like, "What's going on? Why is he not coming out?" And everyone's like, and then obviously when they got to the rhythm, they see it. So when they finally got him out, I was like, and then like you said about the blood, I was like, is there meant to be that much blood, bro? Like, yeah, it's normal. I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, nah, that's not normal, bro. I said, if I was to bleed like that, I'll probably be dead. Yeah, and then obviously what I'm saying, because I'm panicking, yeah, I'm like, what is going on right now, yeah? She's not liking what I'm saying. She's looking at me like, shut up, Gavin, shut up. So obviously, we got him out, waited for that first cry, and I was just like that for about 30 seconds, yeah. My heart was just like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Please. And I've shut my eyes and I'm holding her hand and I'm shut because they've taken him over to the little table thing. And I'm holding her hand and I'm just like, and then I heard that first note, and I was like, and I just started crying and I just looked at her, I said, I'm so proud of you, man. I am so proud. Like, because I had to big her up, man. But, bruv, she was dissing me down in that birth. I hate you. You did this to me. I'm never having it.
The thing is, like it's crazy because, like, I remember, like, my partner, she asked for the gas in it. And then they were like, no, the mom was like, no, you could do it without it. You don't need it in it. And she didn't give it to her in it. She was like, you don't need it. You could do it without it. And she done it. So she didn't have no like painkillers, no nothing. She just done it. Like they were like, you don't need it. So just keep pushing. She just kept saying, just keep pushing. And she did, man. Like, and then, like you said with that umbilical cord last week, where I was just like, I don't even want to cut it because I don't even know if it hurts her. Where
it look weird, like it's like you feel like you're gonna.
Yeah, so my partner's mum, she cut it for us, because I weren't trying to do that, man. Obviously, I probably regret it now, innit? By the time, I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that, man. But yeah, just even like just when they're just in their little whatever that is, their little bed thing that they give them. And you don't clean them, innit? And they got all that stuff all over them. Where
it's weird.
She was like,
it's like it's weird looking. Like I was watching them clean him. I was like, what is that? Like,
yeah, like she
like
told
I said,
us
after that, because they have to basically give birth twice when they do it naturally.
Oh yeah,
because
you have to get
the
that
baby
sack thing,
to get the sack out.
Yeah.
Like when they get and when they told me people take this home, they eat it, I'm like, what? They eat it?
Nah. When loads of people say that they eat all that stuff,
I'll eat haggis in it, but that is I'm over that.
Nah, I'm not trying to touch all of that. But like, I don't know, man. It just goes so quickly, innit? Like, just that first 1 minute, like she's pregnant, and then the baby's coming, and then one, and then now, like in 2 months, she'll be two. And obviously, it's been like her first year was calm, but to the end of it is when we first went into lockdown, innit? So her first birthday was just like it was a Zoom call, like to everyone, because obviously he was in the lockdown, innit? So we couldn't really see no one, innit? And then like it's just the whole. How
did you manage with the nappies? Like first when you first, so obviously with you and your twins, Lorie, and obviously with.
No, I'm okay with all of that. Like friends.
No, I mean, like, did you get? Was you like? Did you have trouble at first, or was it like a simple thing?
For once, I followed the instructions. So all right. I'm someone that don't read.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think every man in the world, but the only time they follow instructions, when they're changing the baby's nappy.
I was just like, I think I was more concerned with like not squeezing them too hard when you're holding their legs up and things like that. I was a bit concerned about that more, and bruising, because with lighter kids they bruise easier. So I was more concerned with them kind of things. But on a whole, it was all right. Luckily for me, they weren't really peers as well, so they weren't none of them really peed all over me. So I was okay in that.
Oh no, I've got a
But
mad
I
story.
know, yeah, some kids are sprayers, man. But you just got to learn to make sure that the nest is at a certain angle. You have to keep it like an oyster so that the spraying don't happen.
Yeah. Nah, I remember there was a time. Obviously, my BMs was changing. My little one, yeah, and she was wearing this crystal. I always tell her don't wear white because every time this girl wears white, she'll get something down. Yeah, she'll get something down. I always tell her don't wear white. Anyway, yeah, she's wearing this crystal white top, brand new. Yeah, she's chasing his nothing. She lifts him up. He does.
Ooh.
All over. I was. You know when you can't help but cry, laugh. Like I was crying, laughing.
Yeah, it's hard to
I
keep
was like,
it
did he just do this? And she's looking at me, Cameron, take your son. Take your son. You better do it with your son. I'm like, at least change him. And then I'll do it with him. I was like, I don't want to do with that.
Yeah, no, I just didn't think they would go toilet that many times in a day. Like sometimes it was like up to 10 times in that. That's just mad.
And to think on the first, especially on the first sort of few months, they're only on milk. Like literally just really just milk.
Yeah, true. But then you don't realize as well, like how potent sometimes, boy, them smells. You think, how can this little thing create that kind of smell, man?
Chussy.
No, I remember, like, you know what? Yeah,
you know, because when they're babies, the stomachs are like that, innit? They're like proper tiny. And you think, how can something with a stomach like that just explode like this, man?
Because where you lot guys, was it bottle fed? Did you lot have?
Yeah, formula.
Yeah.
They both tried to do the milk, but like it wasn't successful.
No, because we did that. We went to the bottle because she didn't. For some reason, I don't know why. She just I sent you the link, my guy. We went straight on the bottle. We just went straight on the bottles. Like I don't know. She did try it, but she didn't like it. Like she tried it in the hospital. She gave it a go, but then she was like, I don't really like. I don't like him. I don't feel like he's getting the right amount he should be getting.
Yeah, no, that's the thing at first, isn't it? That we was worried at first, but the health visitor said that she's doing it all right and she's drinking. And even now, the girl just doesn't stop, man. Like, she just loves food and milk, man. She loves it.
Yeah. Now, do you know what? My one wasn't even like that. My one stopped. Like, my one stopped. Like he stopped. Like for some reason, yeah. I think it was where he was drinking so much milk. Yeah, I think he's just gone off it now. We trying to give him milk, yeah. Kid will refuse to drink it. He's like, no, I don't like milk.
Yeah.
No milk. It's like he's being like put off. Like, no, it's like I feel like one day he's gonna come up to me and goes, Dad, no more milk, please. Too much. But we try, but he doesn't like doing it. So obviously we give it like we've had to get him some like calcium sort of tablets to keep his calcium levels up and that. So like, you know, like that. So we're not actually worried about his calcium levels, but we just didn't want it to get to a point where we don't know if it's dropping or not, and we don't really know the side effects right now. We don't. Obviously, we're still quite new. I say we're new, 3 years old, but we haven't experienced that yet. We touch wood, we don't. But do you know what I mean? So I've ended up getting some like these calcium tablets, and but the only thing that you know what he's always loved fruit and veg since he was a baby. Bruv, he would rather this. I don't get this kid. Yeah, this I rate it. I respect it. I just don't get it. This kid would rather eat like broccoli or carrots or like apples and bananas than eat like chicken and stuff. It gets on my nerves, fam. You know how many times, yeah, I cook chicken to his, or I cook meat, or whatever I cook, that's meat. Regardless if it's chicken, beef, lamb, it doesn't matter what it is. The kid will not eat it. And I'm like, just eat your meat, please. Eat your meat. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to offend you.
Team vegan.
Right, he's gonna be a vegan from. I'm like, cool. I want to still eat my meat and look at you in disgust while you look at me in disgust. It's nice over on this plate. But yeah, we're gonna eat. Yes, my guy. What on, my dude? What you say?
How we doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm good. Mate, just listening to all your stories, mate, just brings back memories, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah, you could start with your birth of your daughter.
Honestly, this is no word of a lie, right? So basically, my missus had to be induced. She had to be induced because she suffers with a thing called SPD. I don't know if you lads have ever heard of that.
No.
It's basically sciatica and all that sort of stuff. So as her bump gets bigger and that, she starts suffering where she can't walk. She even had to spend a period of time in a wheelchair. It was that bad. So they induced her, and we went there about 9 o'clock in the evening. The hospital said to me, there's no point in you staying because it takes around about 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours for, it to all kick in. So they said, you might as well go home, get some rest because you're going to need it because tomorrow's going to be a long day for you. It's all right. No worries. So I went home, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, I was texting her, making sure she was all right. Yeah, I'm fine. And eventually, I obviously fell asleep. 7:30 in the morning, her mum was banging on my door. Brandon, you got to get up to the hospital, Brandon. I'm like, all right, no worries. And she was like, come on, because Sophie's in a bit of pain. She's like, literally, she's miscalled me about 13 times from 6 o'clock in the morning onwards. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I was like, well, it can't be that bad because she's only just started at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I even sat there and had some breakfast before I went to the hospital.
Oh, you did
it. I took the piss, mate. I got there and it must have been about 8 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, she was in pain. You could tell she was in pain, but she was she didn't want to take anything without somebody else being there first because she was in that much pain that she didn't really know what the hospital was giving her. So all she'd had was 2 paracetamol. That was it. And I said to her, oh, they checked you out. She's like, yeah. Still only 1 centimeter dilated. And we was in the induction ward still. And she just said to me, look, babe, I've got to go toilet. And I was like, all right, calm down. So I sort of took her into the toilet. And then all of a sudden she started throwing all her clothes off. Everything was coming off, literally everything. She was sweating like a pig. And I said, what's up with you? She was like, oh, I've got to push. I was like, no. It's not ready yet. And she was like, no, seriously, I've got to push. So she was sat there on this disabled like toilets where, you got the handles on the toilets by sides of the toilet. And she was starting to push. And I was like, fucking hell, I've got to go get the midwife. And the midwife was like, yeah, I can see the head. It was literally, she'd gone from being in full-time labour to giving birth to my daughter was 45 minutes in total. That was it. It was mad. It was absolute mad. We didn't even make it into a birthing ward or anything. It was in the induction ward in the toilet.
Oh.
It was mad.
Mad.
And my one is going to be 4 in July. So, yeah.
How old are you, bro?
Me, I'm 24.
Okay, I'm 37. Yeah. I'm turning 28. You're making me feel young.
So yeah, no, that was a mad birth, really. Yeah, it was so quick. I even rang her mum. This is the thing as well, because I rang her mum because normally I'm quite good at calming my missus down. Like normally, pretty good at that. And yeah, there was no way she was calming down. And I was like, you got to get up the hospital. Sophie's not calming down. I need some help to try and calm her down. She's getting all hot and flustered and won't listen to anything that I say. She was like, okay, no worries, I'm on my way. And literally, she lived about 20 minutes away from the hospital. I rang her back and was like, take your time. Take your time. Alicia's here. She's been born. And she was like, nah. I was like, yeah, seriously. Alicia's been born. I'm not even joking. It's mad. Like I said to you boys in the comments.
Don't worry, she's born.
Exactly, yeah. Like I said to you boys in the comments.
No, the baby's here, she's born. Chill.
And like I said to you boys in the comments last week, I have got another one on the way. He's due in on the 7th of April. So bearing in mind that the first birth was really quick and like literally it was a breeze. And yeah, you can guarantee that this one's going to be a right pain.
Yeah, April babies do take their time, as I mentioned earlier. My son's a few days after. He was on the 10th, so
Mad.
Yeah, we was in the hospital 2 days waiting for him. 2 days before they 4 days.
Yeah,
I'm being told it was 4 days now.
I was supposed to be born on the 6th of April, but then I didn't come out on the 8th. I didn't come out.
No, he's chilling. I was like, nah, I'm not ready. I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm doing what my dad does. I'm chilling.
chilling, clinging on.
I'm not ready yet. I don't want to see this one.
But I tell you what, though, it was hard. I don't know how you guys found it, like with your first child, but I found it difficult. And it's probably because I am quite young, but obviously my missus had my daughter when I was 20. I got together with my missus when I was 18. So we have been together for 5-6 years nearly. Yeah. So it's a long time. So where everybody else, like all my mates and that, were having their, let's go out clubbing, let's go and pull birds and do this and do some stupid shit.
You were at home but no, that's respect though. That's respect.
Yeah.
You might miss out a little bit, but you know what?
That's a whole nother episode.
You got a little one, you know what I mean? So look, I think with me, because I had my little one when I was your age now, innit, 24. So I had already, and if you knew me and my guys, I think we did about 10 years of partying in the space of 2.5 years. Like, we was out near enough every day. Like, it was mad. Like, but like, I did find it hard at first, but when I started getting used to it, because my one was he was actually quite a chill baby. Like, now he's a little. But, like, for 2.5 years, yeah, he was a good chill baby. Like, he was well behaved. Like, he was chilled. Like, he didn't really, like, even night times he wasn't that bad at night. Like, he slept. Like, not all that. Obviously, he doesn't sleep all the way through. Like, no baby really does, innit? Because they always wake up like every 2-3 hours. But yeah, if he did wake up, he wouldn't like cause a mad fuss. He wouldn't take us long to get him back. Like I say, he was quite a chill baby. But now, stress. He's hit that age now where he's not listening. He's being cheeky and he thinks he can get away with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They all hit that stage.
Bro, that's what because Big Gunner, his little one is turning 2. So you all this to come, my guy. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you're still right there or you're doing something right now, but you all this to come, my guy.
You know what? In that first year, because that's what we're centering around as well. In the first year, you think everything is perfect. Like I said, the routines, you get everything on sync, you get everything intact. And then the second they start calling, you're a bit anxious because you're like, depends on where you are. If you're in a place where you know there's stairs, then you're definitely worried. If you're just like on the one floor, then you're not so worried as such, but you still feel a bit of anxiety. But if they learn to walk in that first year, then that's when it's curtains, because you know that nothing is ever safe. You're not stopping. You're constantly behind them because they want to touch this, they want to touch that, they want to pull this down, they want to pull that down. So
they want to know what this is. They want to know what that is.
Security kicks in. It's like,
See,
let's
my
go.
one, she was a late walker. She didn't start walking until she was nearly 2. She was very lazy, very, very lazy. Like, you could tell that she knew how to, and there'd be odd moments where you'd think you'd be in the kitchen, and then you'd pop your head round the door just to make sure she's okay, and she's got from one place to another in a matter of seconds, and you're thinking, you're walking, you're just not showing me that you know how to walk. There's no way you crawled to that place in that space of time. No way. But yeah, she was very lazy, very, very lazy.
We thought, like, you know what it is, yeah? Because we thought, like me and Mum, we actually thought our one was a little bit behind, because the funny thing is, yeah, at the same point we had our one. I think I said it, spoke about it last week as well. But at the same time, literally like 2 weeks before us, her older brother had a baby, and then 2 weeks after us, her older sister had a baby. So her mum had literally 3 grandchildren in the space of a month. So it was just mad crazy. I remember that time, it was mad crazy. But because we lived in Enfield and they all live in like Watford, yeah, the girls, the cousins and all that were always around each other, so they picked up on each other like they a lot quicker than our little one. Like, they were sitting up a lot sooner. They were like crawling and water. So me and Jay were looking at each other like, right, have we got a dumb baby? No disrespect, I love him, but we got a dumb baby. Like, you know that Kevin Hart? I know you've seen that Kevin Hart one. That a dumb baby. When literally all he did was make noises. He wasn't that. He was. I used to go. Yeah, but obviously we used to joke about it. But when he did, I rue the day I said that. I said, I wish he didn't start crawling. And then as soon as he could start walking, that was it. That was it. You just hear his footsteps into the kitchen. Out there. Into the bathroom. Because our kitchen and our bathroom isn't carpet. It's obviously flooring, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
So everywhere else is carpet. But you would hear it when he goes to the kitchen, and when then he goes in the bathroom, because all you hear is he'll go out of the bathroom. Sorry, Daddy. How did you feel, big guy? Like, was you like that when? Like, how long did it take you? Like, so yeah, no. Sorry, I was rambling on there. So basically, yeah, it took my little. It was just over a year. It was just over a year when he started walking and talking about 13, 14 months. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. I know she stood up like on the very, very first day of lockdown. Like the first day that I started working from home, she stood up. So
she knew what was happening.
I think that's like that.
1 year, I'm not doing.
But the thing is, like, so many times, like Brandon was saying, yeah, they walk here, but they don't do it in front of you. So there was a couple times where I caught her standing up and walking, and as soon as you come, she just like she'll sit on the floor and pretend like she weren't walking. Yeah, like she weren't walking. And
they
across the table,
you know,
sofa.
Yeah, you know the way I got her to start crawling. I used to like put like crisp or something, like a fruit or something in front of her, and she'll go try to chase it, and then that's how I got her crawl, like try to get her crawling. But after she started crawling, we never had a stair gate, and like she just flew up the stairs straight away, like she was gone.
Yeah, my son had some
she's just gone up the stairs, man.
Do you know what it is?
We
did for 2.5 years when people like used to say like to us, what should we get him? I used to say either get him a door, stairs, or they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, this kid is obsessed with doors and stairs, or a washing machine.
Yeah, no, I think she broke our washing machine the other day. To be fair, like she likes cleaning and stuff. So, like one day we came downstairs and the washing machine, like the door, the glass thing was smashed. And the only thing we could think is that she was hitting it with the broom because that's what she likes to do. Like when the broom's so big that she can't control it. So like she was swinging it about, come downstairs, man, and the thing smashed. And it must have been her, but obviously can't really ask her what happened because she can't talk. But like we're 99% sure it was her, man. But yeah, kid, she's just like, even now, like, you know, once they get to 1, it's just a stress because they become so smart. Like she walks up to my TV and she thinks it's like an iPad, so she tries to swipe it. Like she tries to swipe the TV. Like when she sees the little YouTube, like if she gets our phone now, she can get onto Spotify and play her songs or get onto YouTube and find Baby Shark and that. Like they're just too smart, man. And it just shows that they're like sponges, man. So you have to be careful what you're doing and say in front of them, man, because soon they'll be repeating that, man.
Oh, why did you say Baby Shark? You literally just brought nightmares, flashbacks to
Listen, that thing for a while, it was just like the worst thing because
every day with me.
Yeah, she was
every out minute.
She would wake me up, man. Like 5 times, 6 times in a row, and then for Christmas she got some little toy one, but the song cuts out halfway through. So the first time she played it, she weren't happy because it cut out halfway through. She's got some little swimming one. Yeah, she's got some swimming one in the park as well. But yeah, that I can't wait until she doesn't even like it. I think she's played it so much that she doesn't really mess with it anymore. But up till Christmas, the month, but I'll say from November till about January, she was just pumping that thing so hard. But I think she got bored with it, so that's good for us.
Do any of yours go to like early years learning, like nursery and stuff like that?
Say that again, sorry?
Do any of yours go to like early years learning, like nurseries or anything like that?
Yeah. So mine does. She goes three times a week now. She used to go twice. So she started, and then she was there for a week, and then that's when we went into the first lockdown. So she didn't go for ages, but I can't even remember when she went back. Probably about September, October she went back. But she loves it now. Like you get there and then she runs off. She's just like, she don't say bye or anything. She just runs off and she loves it there. And it's good. Like when they show you what they're doing there, she just loves it there, man. So that's good. So hopefully she carries up until school.
Privately, then, isn't it? Is it a private nursery?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when mine first started at nursery. Jesus. Yeah, she started. She must have been about 1, I think. She started, and my missus actually worked in the nursery as well, so it was even better because we got a little bit of a discount because it's expensive nursery, isn't it? And
I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to talk about that.
Anyway, there's this young lad around about he was about 1.5 at the time, and Alicia come home and she had a slight mark on her arm, and I was like, "What's that?" And Sophie said, "Oh yeah, there was a little incident at the nursery. Rorie, one of the kids, he goes around and he thinks he's the big bad man of the group, basically, sort of thing. And he scratched Alicia on the arm. I don't know whether he meant it like on purpose or whether he did it accidentally. And I said to Alicia, I said, don't take no crap. Don't take no crap.
Hey, listen.
That's it. Go and sort him out. The following day,
the mums would be like, "Well, if it happens, you tell the teacher. They'll sort it out." Blah blah blah. Nah, the dads are like, "Yeah." As soon as the mum leaves the room, listen. Next time, man, just
go and give him a slap.
We don't condone violence on this program.
Oh yeah, no.
But anyway, the next day, she was quite a chubby. She was quite chubby when she was a little bit younger. Like she put on a little bit of weight. I don't know why, no idea. But anyway, she
make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Come on, sure. I'm sorry, I haven't realized, but yeah, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no. Anyway, the next day she went into nursery, and when she come home, Sophie said to me, "We've got this letter, and it's all because of you." And I was like, "All right, okay." So I read through this letter, and it was like an incident letter. And I was like, oh no, what's going on here? Anyway, the first thing she did when she walked into the nursery was she found that Rory, put him on the floor, and then sat on top of his face until he couldn't nearly breathe. I was like, oh no, what have I done here?
I'm sitting up a monster and I didn't even know. Oh, that's
Sounds like he
mad.
deserved it, though, to be fair.
He deserved it, bro.
And he hasn't been near her since. So
Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
Nah, that's mad. Like I remember my little one's first day. Like he was bare. Like I got a picture in it. Like so, you know, it's their first time in it. So my one's public nursery. It was a public nursery, innit? But it's a nice little nursery. So it's attached to a church, innit? So it's a nice little nursery. But yeah, I remember my kids like his first day. So we're waiting in a little area bit. Yeah, and then obviously all these other kids are like shy. They're all looking at each other. Like they're cuddling mummies and daddies. My one's just strolling about like, hey, daddy, look, I own this. But we were just strolling about going up to, hey, hi, how you doing? It was like, oh, he's so sweet, he's so sweet. I'm like, yeah, do you want him for the night? Because he's driving me insane. But yeah, no, I remember, but obviously then the COVID came, so he missed the rest of that year. And then he just started again this year, second year, but then COVID again. So hopefully he'll be back by March, I think he said. So I want him to go back before, because we find out in April what school he goes to. So
okay,
you got a whole year, bro. Maybe two. I don't know, Brandon and Lorie. Maybe you can fill me in like with this. Like
I've got secondary to think about from September. Secondary. So yeah, that's really
we're the same as you. We find out in April what school she goes to.
Oh, is she the same year? I thought. Oh, yeah. Oh man, so she would have only just turned 4 then, quite recently.
No, she's not 4 until July. She's not 4 until July.
Oh, July what?
July the 9th. July the 9th.
Oh, mad. Mine's July the 5th. So if you say the 5th, I'm gonna go mad.
Like
you know, you have to scrap that. You have to give her the 6th now. You have to go to the first. You know, you have to go to the first. Nah, we were wrong. It wasn't the 5th. It was the 6th.
It's like this time round, right? Sophie's obviously pregnant. We're expecting a little boy, and we've got a close friend as well who's also pregnant. And my best mate's Mrs. basically, and it works out that they're actually due on the same day.
Wow.
So I said to him, me and you have been up to some business, right? On the same day. How weird is that?
Yeah, that is proper weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe me and my dad have got kids on the same day. Like, you can't get any more. You just can't make it up.
That's mad, you know.
That's actually mad as well. That's mad.
It's mad. Also, like from a personal perspective as well, I've got a little sister, and she's got exactly the same birthday as me, same day, just a year apart. That's it.
That's crazy though, because my I called him my little brother and little sister, but they're actually my cousins, isn't it? Yeah, they one was born on the 23rd of September 2001, and then my man was born on 23rd of August 2002. So they were literally exactly 11 months apart from each other. So one's like one of the oldest in the year, and the other one's like the youngest in
the youngest in it. Yeah.
It's like my mum planned our one, because I was actually 2 weeks late. So I just happened to fall on the 8th of August. My sister, my mum had to have a planned C-section with her, and it just happened to fall around a similar sort of time. So my mum got to choose a date, and she decided to choose the 8th of August. So I was like, cheers for that, Mum. You owe me a birthday now, mate. You know, is that my entire first birthday I was spent in the hospital with you.
Couldn't have been much fun.
Yeah, man. That like, do you know, yeah. See, we could go off for years, and bro, I got so many like. I want to say some stories, but I'm trying to save it, because I don't want to blurt it all out in one. Like.
I mean, I've only got one more year left to talk about, boy. So you lot are gonna have to come with,
It's
with
okay.
the stories, man.
That one day, there's a lot to talk about.
No, there's lots to talk about. Trust me.
Bro, there's a lot to talk about. Trust me. And obviously, because of what we found out earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into more detail, but we might have to
wait till Tuesday to find out. Yeah.
Thing, but yeah, we'll find out on Tuesday. Obviously, we'll let you know about that one. But yeah, I don't want to say too much. Don't want to jinx anything on that like that, on a bad way. But yeah, man, obviously. I mean, is there anything else you don't want to say before we wrap up today? Like, obviously, we don't want to take it too far today because obviously last week was a mad long hour and a half. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was mad.
I heard you like talking earlier about like whether you was like, when they're babies, whether they like pistol shit on you or whatever. Honestly, so when they're first born, about a month later, you get the health visitor come out to make sure that they're weight, make sure they're in a healthy place and they're in a decent household and this, that, and the other. So anyway, the health visitor came out, brought the scales just to make sure that, she was at a decent weight. And she said to me, take the nappy off. Obviously, because it's quite cold in the house, just give it a second. Keep the nappy over the top. Just give it a second because when the cold air hits it, she might just wheel all over you. I was like, all right, okay. So anyway, I stood there for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, nothing. As soon as I whipped that nappy off and put her in my arms, mate, everywhere, not even joking, everywhere. I was like, typical child, this is. And then
I never got peed on once, to be fair. I was like, she was sick of me twice, but that was it, man. Quite lucky. I was quite lucky.
I managed to avoid that. My missus, though, Jesus Christ.
Do you know what? Before we like all wrap this up, yeah. Can I ask you a quick question? Was you bothered about the sick, or was you like, like at first, anyway? At first, not obviously.
It's just funny, to be fair. Like, yeah, you get used to it quickly, innit? Because I mean, especially with me, I was working, so stuff is so small, like it was just nothing in it because it probably happened to her all day, innit? So it was just like, yeah.
It's not even them being sick. It's just like it's like they just drank a little bit too much milk. So
that's all it is because they burp it. Yeah.
Up to date, like well, not obviously it's still.
I think the worst thing is the runny nappies. When they poo and it goes all up their back, all up to the top of their head.
You know what? We didn't. I can safely say we didn't have too much of a problem with that. Like he never really like he did have a few, but it wasn't a lot. Like it wasn't like most of his poos stayed in his nappy. Like, do you know what I mean?
A couple of times it went up her back, man. It's not nice.
That's the thing. It was just his problem. He didn't like pooing in front of anyone, so he'll run off, and he'll hide somewhere, and then he'll do it, but he won't tell us he's done it. You'll just know he's done it. You come in, and then this overwhelming stink comes in with you. You're like, you're right. Pooh! And you look at him, and he looks at you. I'm like, I think you have me.
Even now, she'll come up to us and she'll say poo poo, and then she lets us know that she needs her nappy changed. So it's quite easy.
Well, that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to if I have a daughter, because I found a boy's nappy quite easy to change.
It's not that.
It's no, but it's like you're invading their privacy, man. Like it was just.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's not like I don't mean it like that. It is sort of like that. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like sometimes they do a poo, like when it goes in, like the nunny bit. Yeah, I don't want to say like explicit or anything because it's only a baby, but You know, when you get that's the bit I'll be like, oh, I feel like dodgy to like wipe. That's why I have to be like, yo, Jake, here we go. You know what to do.
It's not that much different. In all fairness, sometimes it is easier with girls because obviously they can kind of control it, like, and it will go in the nappy. Whereas with a boy, it can spray everywhere. So in that sense,
They don't care, bro. So you can. So we're gonna wrap it up now, yeah. But you know what, Ari? You can actually speak from both perspectives right now. Whereas I can only speak for boys. Right now, you two can only speak from a girl. Still, Brandon has his little boy. And then that year, when that year is over, then we can come back to that first year. Like, it's mad, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, but yeah, man. Like, is there anything you might want to say before we wrap this up? Because I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an hour now. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to take it too long.
No, just if anybody's got anything they want to talk about, man, just let us know, man, and we'll
let us know
do what we can to help, man.
Do you not want to shout out your Twitters as well, your Twitter handles as well? So I'll start. You know what? I'll start with Lorie. Go on, I'll make it deep.
Description just below at Lorie Nicks.
Oh wait, let me move the. Hold on.
Bye.
There you go.
Yeah, you can find me there at Lorie Nicks. There even. Yeah, on Twitter, biggest supporter out there of all the independent channels, all the don't matter rivals or not. And you can also find me on Big Gunner OG show every Thursday. We've got some more stuff to come. Just keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, that's me.
Big up. Now you, Big Gunner.
Yeah, I'm just Big Gunner. As you can see, actually on Twitter, I'm actually Big Gunner TV, but on YouTube, I'm Big Gunner, and on Instagram, Big Gunner TV. But as Lorie was saying, we've got a couple of Arsenal shows and got more things coming in the pipeline. So just keep your eyes peeled, man.
Go on, Brandon.
Brandon AFC TV on YouTube, Brandon AFC 96 on Twitter. Plenty of Arsenal content, Premier League content as well. And yeah.
And now, those just quickly that I think, why is there football all involved? Is because we are all football fans and we all come from a football channel. So I'm just going to leave it there. Anyway, big up to who's tuned in. Obviously, big up to who's watchers after as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. And yeah, we shall see you next week around the same time. Don't be late.